Here we are, August 8th, 2019, and I've got one question for you. What day is it? It's game day. Welcome to Believers Talk. My name is Joe, and welcome to a game day edition of Believers Talk, where we break down the game today between the Buffalo Bills and the Indianapolis Colts. Yes, I know it's preseason, but we are going to get into it anyway. Before we do that, however, I'll remind everyone, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, guys. Hit that subscribe button, like this video, and of course, leave a comment. What do you think is going to happen today? What are you most looking forward to in this preseason game between the Indianapolis Colts? Now, here are some things that we know as far as our Bills are concerned. We know, obviously, that Waddle's on the IR. He's not going to play. We know Mitch Morse is not going to play. We know EJ Gaines is not going to play. We know that Spencer Long and John Feliciano probably are not going to play. So what does that mean? Well, we'll get into that in a minute. What do we know about the Colts? Well, we know Andrew Luck isn't going to play, right? So we know that they're going to be without their star quarterback. We know for the Bills that Sean McDermott has said they expect the stars to play for about a quarter, a little bit more than most starters do in the first preseason game, but he wants to see something from these guys after having kind of a weak end to training camp, right? You talk about the training camp day, Sunday, and Monday. Both of them are having to end in sprints for the team just because Coach McDermott was not happy with how training camp went. So maybe this is a little bit of a punishment for them, making them play the whole first quarter, or maybe he just wants to see how things work out for both the offense and defense. Guys, I'm not going to lie. I still don't see our offensive line having that cohesiveness that's going to take to be a good offense. You look at this offensive line, and it's not because of its lack of talent. It's just due to all the injuries, right? So we've had to mix and match players at certain places and see what works best. So, we'll probably see Ty Nsekhe, probably see Cody Ford, probably see Bodine, who's been struggling in camp at the center position. We know we're going to see Deion Dawkins, and we're probably going to see Quentin Spain in there as well. That's probably going to be our starting five. We'll see what happens, but that's probably going to be our starting five. And, what I'm most interested to see is the kind of time Josh Allen gets. Is he going to be on target with John Brown? Is he going to be on target with Cole Beasley? Is he going to be able to read progressions? I know it's early on. And see, this is why it's important, though, because right now the defense is going to be a vanilla defense. Your offense should be a vanilla offense. If he can't read progressions now, he's not going to be able to in the middle of a season. And when the regular season comes, the defense is going to throw exotic blitz packages at him that he's going to have to read. If he can't read a vanilla defense, how is he going to do against these defenses that he won't see in the preseason? So you really want to see Josh Allen be able to take his time, read through his progressions, and find the best receiver. Now, again, taking your time means that offensive line has to block for you, right? So you're talking about offensive line that might not have that cohesiveness that you want to see, but they need to kind of get together here. We need to see what we can do on offense. On offense, I don't expect to see LeSean McCoy for all that long, or Frank Gore for that matter. I don't expect to see either of them playing too much. I do expect to see a lot of Devin Singletary in this game. I look forward to that. I hope you do too. I think Devin Singletary shined a little bit in training camp. So we want to see what he can do in game time situations. I look forward to seeing that wide receiver battle play out. We know John Brown's going to be our 1. We know Cole Beasley's our 2. We know Zay Jones is our 3. Does Robert Foster shine again in preseason and prove and solidify that 4th wide receiver spot? How does Ray McLeod do, right? We talked about how good Ray McLeod has looked during training camp. How good does he do now that you're playing against another team, right? So I'm interested to see that. How does Andre Roberts do? Not only receiving, but returning kicks. And speaking of returning kicks, is that place where we'll see Sonoris Perry or even Christian Wade, the guy that we got, the rugby player for the international exemption. Again, most people think Christian Wade is just going to take up that 11th spot on the practice squad because we get that for free. I believe that. However, it would be interesting to see Christian Wade in space, right? He's a rugby player used to doing that kind of thing. Listening to New York Up Now and Cover One discuss what they saw in training camp. That's actually something I talk about. That's how Christian Wade is able to get the ball in space and make things happen. So we'll see what happens there. But again, Norris Perry on the depth chart, not even listed as a return guy. He's just listed as the 6th running back. So we'll see what he does on the offensive line, or as the running back for the offense. Probably see him more in the second half. I look forward to seeing Matt Barkley and Tyree Jackson. I really look forward to seeing Tyree Jackson, especially. Just want to see what he can offer. Want to see how he's progressed. You know, we talk about how he's gotten coaching during this offseason. We talk about how he didn't have coaching going into college, so see how he's progressed. See, you know, we saw him at training camp. He was the first one there, last one to leave a lot of those days. So just see how he reads the field, how he reacts to everything in his first live NFL game. Again, I know it's preseason, but guys, this is the first Buffalo Bills game in 8 months. I don't care if it's preseason or not. It's going to be a fun time at New Era Stadium. Looking forward to it. I will not be there, of course, but I will be here to wrap up with a post game maybe tomorrow. But we're just a few hours away. So on offense, like I said, looking forward to see Josh Allen read those progressions. If he can't read those progressions now, he's going to have a tough time with it come regular season. I look at that number 5, possibly number 6 wide receiver slot. Talk about David Sills. Talk about Duke Williams. This is the time for you guys to step up as well. Nick Easley, talk about him having a good training camp. Time for him to step up and maybe solidify that he deserves a spot on this roster. Guys, it's going to be tough towards the back end of that wide receiver corps to see who gets in, who's left out. We're going to leave out some names that people are a little upset about. I truly believe that. I would not be surprised if Robert Foster does not make this team, or at least not fully surprised, right? Robert Foster, rough training camp, and now you're going with a couple good wide receivers. Will Robert Foster be there at the end of training camp? I think he'll find a spot on there. But again, I won't be surprised if he does not. Look at the running back core. Again, I don't think we're going to see much of McCoy or Frank Gore. I do think we'll see a lot of Devin Singletary, TJ Yeldon, and then go on from Norris Perry on the way back. So interesting to see how they do as well. As far as the offensive line, I'm really interested to see how long that offensive line's in there. I think the longer they're in there, the worse it is, right? As far as getting that cohesiveness. I don't want to see them in there too long. Maybe 2 drives, maybe get some of those players out. You know, talking about Deion Dawkins, Quentin Spain, Cody Ford, the guys that you know are going to be on the first string offensive line when everyone's healthy. Get them out, and even have Ty and Seki and Bodan work with the 2s as well. Whatever you have to do to maybe mix and match and find the best offensive line with, again, these injuries. Talk about Spencer Long, John Feliciano, and you're talking about Mitch Morse. Lots of injuries. I'm looking forward on defense to look at that CB2 spot, right? Injury to EJ Gaines. Currently looks like Levi Wallace is holding down that cornerback 2 spot. But, you know, we saw Kevin Johnson in training camp have a good training camp, able to make some plays. Is he able to make some plays today? Also, when we're on defense, the Colts have one of the best offensive lines in the game. Let's say our front 4, front 7 can get pressure on the quarterback. We know Andrew Luck's not playing. I understand that. But let's see the kind of pressure our front 7 can put on the quarterback. Let's see how we do against the run game, guys. Remember last year, 16th against the run? How are we going to do against the run game today? First preseason game normally dominated by defense. Again, the offense isn't ready. Offense hasn't had reps against other teams yet, so they're a little sloppy. So that defense, this is your time to step up and make some plays, maybe get some turnovers. Show the NFL that they need to be on the watch for this defense. You got to talk about Trey White on the one side. Shut a guy down for a quarter or however long you're in there. 2 series again. We'll see how long they have him in there. But just let the NFL know we're going to have the number 1 defense this season, and we'll see what kind of pressure we get with that, again, that good offensive line. I look forward to watching the front 4, but I look forward to seeing how long Jordan Phillips is in at defensive tackle before they put Ed Oliver in. I think that would be an indication as far as how much growth Ed Oliver has had over the past few weeks. We'll look forward to seeing that again, and dependent how long that is, that could be a deciding factor as to do the Bills have him on the first string, or is he still having to earn that spot? So we'll see what happens there. But I'm really looking forward to today's game. Again, let me know in the comment section if you're looking forward to today's game, and if you are, what you're looking forward to watch the most. Again, there's a lot to look forward to. I know it's just preseason, but when you know all the 91 guys on the team, you want to see how they all do, right? I'm not worried about how the starters do in this game. I know who the starters are. I know where Josh Allen is. I know where LaShawn McCoy is. I know where all those guys are. I want to see how the second string, third string guys do. How does Duke Williams do today? How does David Sills do today? Do they warrant keeping on this team and continue to see how they do if they continue to progress? How does Norris Perry do? Look at the punting competition. We know Bajorges is winning it right now, but does Carter outperform him when the lights are on and at the brightest? Again, Corey Carter should have been our punter last year, gets injured in preseason, unfortunately unable to go. That's when we pick up Corey Bajorges, and that's when he takes over for Colton Schmidt. So we'll see what happens. Again, I'm looking forward to it. Leave a comment. Let me know if you're looking forward to it. Still got a little bit of a cold, guys. I'm sure you can hear it. So I hope to continue to get healthier and healthier. And then bring you a recap of the game tomorrow. And when we talk about the Bills recap, we'll see who we can get rid of, who might be the guys we're cutting first, and also who are the guys we need to give more time to on that practice field. I look forward to talking to you all tomorrow. Again, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. It will notify you when we post a video. So I look forward to talking to you all soon. Until I do, go Bills.